Thank you everyone for attending this civics class of 2021. I am Reggie. In this class, we will be learning about the importance of flags, namely the Australian flags and Yidindji flag. So, what does a flag actually do? Let's have a look at the law of flags from Black's Law Dictionary 4th edition. The law of the nation, or country, whose flag is flown by a particular vessel. A ship owner who sends his vessel into a foreign port, gives notice by his flag, to all who enter into contracts with the master, that he intends the law of that flag to regulate such contracts, and they must either submit to its operation, or not contract with him. The flag is an indicator of jurisdiction, and that it is the laws of that nation that will regulate the contract. This is an important concept as it is the contract that makes the law. Consensus facit legem. Consent makes law. A contract constitutes law, between the parties agreeing to be bound by it. But, bound by which law? Australian law, or law of a pre-colonial indigenous nation. Remember, there is coexisting sovereignty to the sovereignty of the Australian Crown. This is a huge problem. The jurisdiction by the law of the flag is represented by the flag. However, there has been a trick pulled on the indigenous peoples. Not only is there the blue ensign of the Commonwealth of Australia, there are more flags. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people think that the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander flags are a sign of autonomy, self-determination, or other form of sovereignty. This could not be further from the truth. The Commonwealth of Australia has a number of official flags, of which the Aboriginal and Islanders flags are two, direct from the website of the Australian Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet. Quote, Australian flags include the Aboriginal flag, Torres Strait Island flag and many ensigns used in defence and civilian organisations. Unquote. They represent the Australian jurisdiction, being created by the Australian citizen, Mr. Harold Thomas. The Aboriginal flag is an official Australian flag. When you display or fly the Aboriginal flag, you are Australian. You are telling the world that you are wanting the laws of the Commonwealth of Australia to be the governing or regulatory law. The Yidindji nation is not represented by the Australian Aboriginal flag. It is represented, until further notice, by the Yidindji High flag as displayed in Public Notice 22. The Yidindji flag is created pursuant to the other coexisting sovereignty, the sovereignty that is foreign to the Commonwealth of Australia. This is the law the Yidindji citizens use to regulate their contracts, including membership as a Yidindji citizen. Any treaty will be between the two nations whose sovereignty coexists, nations who are represented by the two separate flags. This is treaty the Yidindji way, for this way is the way.